It's December 12th. It's a Sunday, December 12th, 2021. I'm just sitting here with one of my children. Cat scratch is what I call this one. Based on where we are in machine standards. He was, this morning, the topic of Zeus came up, which I thought was interesting, and I said, in this New York, I was like, the umbrella of Greek mythology, or even Roman mythology, was never even a subject that was touched on in school. They didn't teach it at all. The characters, the cast, the characters, any of it. So he wanted to sculpt a Zeus out of block, but on a virtual simulation through this Xbox that they've created or whatever in some virtual reality. Now I'm sitting here and of course I'm doing my thing and I'm like, I look up at my fingertips for what the humans have created on a Google system, Google, and they have a statue of Zeus. And the statue of Zeus has Hera, Hera, which I do not know these characters. I am not an aficionado. But there's one version of Hera fully clothed up here, a second version of Hera fully clothed, and then there's a picture of Zeus in like a father figure, and Hera is like all exposed. Now, my father could be considered perhaps a Zeus-like figure, but that is not how the history has played. He has not been, that I am aware of, sky whatever. Perhaps, but not announced to me. I have, and then there's like the Hellenistic. So my son says, how could Zeus be born? And I said, if there is a legend. I never
said that.
What did you say?
I never said anything.
How could he still be alive, is what you said? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I said, well, if there was a legend and a history created at some point, there was a seed that was apparated or operating here. I was like, so there is a possibility through ancestry and antecedent that Zeus could machine quality be reborn incarnate at some future possibility. So the fact that there is a real Hera, Hera, and there is a real Zeus, Zeus, it is a very real possibility in genetics that they are here. The only difference would be the way that the humans accepted them and the treatment of us amongst or within humanity. At this point in New York, we are not being treated according to the way that inside of the mythology, it always seems like that they love the gods and that they're so kind and nice to the gods. I do not feel a sentiment in New York since birth. There's been a lot of neglect and negligence as far as I can feel. My skin is burning. The sky is up to a nuclear tube color of light. And it hurts, and the airwaves are no longer in pixels that are together. They are in some form of a heather vibration, like a radical vibration, which hurts the human anatomy. So, do the gods live on? Do the gods reappear? Yes. They carry forward seed and child in the machine. There's the mitochondrial DNA, which is an exact important figure. And then there's the storyline of where they were and where it dissected, and how the benchmark in par is able to keep record on where and how the humans were, and how they either neglected or acknowledged and took care of the gods' needs at the machinist level. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, is Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken, its Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I also played Adonis and Aphrodite, a human interpretation, but the woman's voice that did the voice acting was so disgustingly perverse. The hatred of the gods comes through this woman's mouth, and it, like as if a goddess speaking with her god child would speak in such a pretense. It is a horrible occurrence how they interpret through their human filter of jealousy what actually is and how one actually occurs. Totally different in the system than the ozone with the hole in it, where something called an A zone just is, for sure. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza.